distributor for LifeVantage, and I would like to share with you today my story. I have rather an unusual story, and it started actually 13 years ago when I was diagnosed with a condition called subglottal stenosis, which interpreted means scarring of the trachea. I went into emergency surgery up in Salt Lake City, and they dilated my airway, and then I was told it will probably grow back. Sure enough, 3 years later, in the year 2000, it did, and I ended up in the emergency room once again. I went in and they did a laser treatment, and then a little bit later, within a few weeks, it grew back. They did it again, and then again, and then again, and then again. And then in December, on December 7th, I ended up in the emergency room, and after the surgeries, actually the surgery that was performed, I went into respiratory failure. And due to that, I ended up with a tracheotomy and a regular stainless steel trach. I then had multiple surgeries, and they were not able to prevent the scar tissue from growing. And so then they did a rib graft, and they took part of my rib out and put that in my airway. That didn't work. And then I went to UCLA, and they took all the membranes of my cheeks, and they sliced them from here to here and from here to here on both sides, and they put them in my airway. That didn't work. And then they inserted what is called a T-tube. This is what a T-tube looks like. And this fit underneath my vocal cords, came down, came out of my neck, and was capped with a cap. For the past 9 years, I've had a T-tube in my airway that was replaced every year, or was supposed to be replaced every year. I've had a total of over 41 surgeries on my airway. About 4 years ago, I learned about a product that produced glutathione in the cell, and it came out of Canada. And I started on that product. They recommended that I took 3 to 4 times the normal dose, and so it was more than double of what we pay for Protandim for 1 month, and then you multiply that times 3 or 4. I was paying close to $300 a month for that product. I do believe it was a great product and that it helped me, but when the economy tanked 2 years ago, I could no longer afford to be on it. A year ago, December, I was invited to a special meeting by Jack Richards, who is 94 years young. He's our oldest distributor in the company. When I went to that meeting, I didn't think I would hear anything exciting. Oh boy, was I wrong. I started on Protandim. And in April of this year, I went to my doctor at the Mayo, and we decided to do surgery and take this out. He was reluctant and didn't think it would work. But when they took it out and I woke up, I felt to see if whether or not I had this in my airway or a plug, and I had a plug. He had told me if it was successful, he would put a plug in my airway for 4 months and to see if the scar tissue would return. Now, I've had scar tissue grow back within 3 to 5 days, and after 4 months, it didn't. And so, on August 23rd of this year, my airway was sewn up. This is a pretty big deal to me, because for the first time in 10 years, I went swimming and was able to take a shower without gurgling. During this process of these past 9 years, I had a year when I couldn't speak. The fact that I'm able to speak today and speak with intonation and emotion is due to the blessing that I've been given. And I am grateful to be a part of Protandim, or LifeVantage, and what Protandim has done. It has truly been a miracle in my life. And I'm excited to share my story with everyone I know. I want to bless their life with health and with wealth. And I'm grateful to be considered a part of the LifeVantage family. Thank you. And thank you, Dr. McCord, for all that you've done in your years and years of research and dedication to help people like me. I know that fibroids and the research that's been done on the heart and the lungs don't just reduce scar tissue there in the heart and lungs, but also the airway. It's kind of cool. Thank you.